Gavin, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Good. We're back again on another Sunday. Episode 6.
Yeah, we're becoming veterans now.
Yeah, right. We got a special guest today, Pillaging Podcast. He goes by Kenny Stapler, so he'll be joining us in a few moments. But first, so today's agenda, right? We're going over Mayock released his first top 5 positional rankings. So we want to go over that. Mayock's a big name in the business, so everybody pays attention to what he has to say. Then we'll bring in Kenny, and we'll talk about the latest news this week. Carr came out and gave an interview, and he talked about Crabtree and Beast Mode. Jerry McDonald had a interview with John Gruden. There's some interesting stuff on there. We'll release our first, I guess, kind of a big board, like who do we really want to see in free agency, right? Like our top wish list. And there's some Q&A, man. A couple people on Twitter sent us questions. Sound good?
Yeah, pretty good to me. I like Mayock anyway. I think he's proven over time that he's well respected, and he knows what he's talking about when he's looking at these college kids coming through.
Yeah, especially because I don't know if you've heard, but some NFL player, ex-NFL player, came out and said that his agent told him that if you pay with some extra money, he can move him up in. Not Todd McShay. Who's Todd McShay's partner? Mel Kiper. There we go. He said his agent said with extra money he can move him up in Mel Kiper's draft rankings, suggesting that Mel Kiper takes money.
Yeah,
which is a shame if it's true. I don't want to start rumors.
Yeah, but nobody really knows except for the man himself.
Right.
Like if he has done it, then it's definitely bad on his part. But if he hasn't done it, and there's people saying that he has done, then they need to stop spreading lies. Really don't,
or at least provide the evidence.
Well, yeah, provide evidence to get to support what they're saying.
Or be quiet.
Yeah, or that.
All right, let's get to it, man. We don't want to go over all the position rankings, but we don't need a quarterback, so we'll skip quarterback. Running back, I've been reading big boards, and they all been pretty consistent in saying Barkley, Geis, and Ronald Jones are the top 3. Some news outlets went as far as saying Geis is better than Barkley. Then Ronald Jones is the number 3. And then a little step below those guys is Sony Michel.
And then Nick Chubb as well.
And Nick Chubb. So, Nick Chubb, and there's other guy, Rashad Penny from San Diego. So a bunch of these guys.
He's a real one to watch, Rashad Penny.
Yeah.
He could blow out the combine and literally move himself way up boards. Especially for the teams that are in dire need of a running back. I think he could fit the bill. He could even go round 2, maybe.
All big boards, change a little bit after the combine, because there's some guys you think he's like a quarterback. You think he's 180 pounds. He comes out to be 205. You think he's a 4.5 guy who runs a 4.38 and throws everything off. So combine's big, important, and after the combine, a lot of things change. I remember last year we had that guy Hassan Reddick. He was nowhere in anybody's board, and after the combine, he was projected top 10. So
yeah, but if it serves me right, he actually had a very good year this year as well.
Yeah. And it's a rookie at a linebacker position. You'll have your struggles.
Yeah, but just to get started, I think that it's too early really to say where these people will fall. I think that obviously, as we've previously stated, that the combine really, a lot of teams say it doesn't really pay too much in terms of what they're going to do, but I think it really does it shows off what they're capable of, first and foremost, but also shows off their ceiling, how high they think they could potentially go.
Okay. Yeah, no. It's important to get the measurables. I mean, but most of it should be in game tape if they can play. You can tell if they have the skills required in watching the game tapes. Combine should just confirm it or put a question mark. The big one was last year's cornerback from Florida. He ran a 4.6 something and followed it up with a 4.7 in the pro day. So something like that you want to look for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's specific drills. We'll get it next week. We're doing on the podcast a combine primer, like which positions we want to look at for what combine drill. And that matters to an extent. You can see what their ceilings are. If you're getting a nose tackle, you don't want him, if you see him benching only 20 reps, that should be a concern.
That's no good, is it, really? You need, it's important to take note of the position and obviously what you want from them, physique-wise or how athletic they are, how quick they are. It all depends on the position.
Yep. Hey, so besides running back, so we got Saquon, one, Darius Geis, Ronald Jones, Sony Michel. It's not big of a surprise there. Pretty standard. We can see Saquon and Geis go in the first round. And I think Raiders have a good chance of picking up Ronald Jones or Sony Michel in the second round. If nobody falls.
Yeah, sorry, JB. I've said it quite a few times. I would not be surprised if Geis is off the board by pick 12 or 13.
Could be.
Yeah, I could not. I would not be surprised, to be honest with you. I think he fits kind of the bill what teams would be looking for.
Yeah. All right, let's move to the defense. Is there anyone in the offense, any position that stuck out to anyone else before we move to defense or not?
Sorry, JB. Sorry, I missed that.
I'd say let's move on to the defense unless there's any position in the offense you want to talk about before we move on.
Wide receiver, maybe. But I don't think that's an early sort of pick. I think later on in the draft that'll come to fruition.
Okay.
Dante Pettis of Washington, Anthony Miller of Memphis, they're all sort of candidates to go later on in the draft, which we could look at.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I don't feel like there's too much of a need on the offensive side. I think we're pretty covered in most areas, but maybe tight end as well. But, that's something that can be addressed later on in the draft as well, in the latter round.
All right, the first position on the defensive side is interior D-line. He has Vita Vea number 1, Deron Payne number 2, Maurice Hurst from Michigan number 3, Taven Bryan from Florida is 4, and Harrison Phillips of Stanford 5.
Yeah.
One thing that stuck out is, and I know Vita Vea is probably at his position better than other defensive linemen. It's just, do you want to take a guy who's a run stuffer first? During rundowns, you need 2 guys to block him because he's gonna get to the running back. You're not gonna run in the inside with him, blocking him 1-on-1, but he doesn't offer much in the pass rush department.
No, that's the problem with me. I feel like Darren Payne could have actually been number 1, maybe. Just because he offers a little bit more.
Yeah.
In terms of the pass rush, I think that he's more capable of that. But who knows? Vita Vea might come out and prove us wrong, but we won't know until obviously he's been picked and he plays, I suppose.
Yeah, and he's never had a season with more than 2 sacks, so. But he's a monster. He's haloti nada. But do you want to take a huge run stuffer Do you take him?
No, because that's
10?
not what we don't really need a run stuffer. I mean,
right.
we've been actually not too bad against the run once we've got going. I think that it's the problem is we're not getting enough pressure. Yeah, with on the opposition quarterback.
Yeah, the challenge is getting somebody else free while they're double and triple teaming Mac. So.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're not making the most of when he's being double or triple teamed. We're not making the most of them scenarios. Guys have got to step up and make sure that the numbers are better than what they are. Because if Mac's being double or triple teamed, that means there is space and openings for other people to step in and make that play.
Yeah, that means nobody's winning their one-on-one battles.
Yeah, that's not good enough for me. I think that if you've got a player like Mac being in double and triple teams, you've got to have better numbers, and people have got to step up to the plate, really.
I like Taven Bryan a lot. He has Maurice Hurst at number 3, but I saw like 4 or 5 of his games just on Draft Breakdown. He has that really quick first step, but if you just can stall him, if you can get on top of him in that first step, there's nothing else he has. I don't know if you've watched his tape, but he's like,
I've seen a little bit of him.
Ball snaps, he's the first one off the ball. He's in the backfield. But a lot of times, if you stop him in that first step, like, he's not strong enough to, like, get by you. I mean, he's strong enough that he doesn't get blown away during the run game, but I don't see him. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm higher on Taven Bryan, to be honest with you. I think overall as a prospect, I would take him over Maurice Hurst, purely for the reasons that you've just stated. I'll go along with that. But Harrison Phillips, who's at number 5, isn't a bad option either.
No, he strong arms, guards. It's really good. For me, I would say either Taven Bryan or Vita Vea. I'm sorry, not Vita Vea, Daron Payne.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Daron Payne isn't number 1.
Who?
Actually,
Daron Payne?
Yeah, I'm very surprised he's not number 1.
It's probably because he wasn't as consistent. I mean, he played his butt off in the bowl games, especially the college football playoffs. But I don't know.
Yeah.
And Taven Bryan's really athletic and strong. He's just more raw. I think he's more raw than Harrison Phillips, even though Taven Bryan is more of a freak athlete. So,
yeah. I mean, but would you take Daron Payne at number 9 or 10?
I don't think I would take any of these guys at number 9 or 10.
I don't think so either.
But second round, definitely.
Second round. I don't think they last to the second round. Daron Payne especially. But maybe Taven Bryan, maybe.
Taven Bryan might last.
It all depends.
Harrison Phillips might last.
Yeah, but I would definitely take Harrison Phillips in the second round. I'd be absolutely delighted if we could get him in the second round.
I would take any of these guys. I would take any of these guys in the second round. I think you get good value there.
Yeah, I think second round picks are undervalued. Actually, you can really pick up some good players in the second round.
Yeah.
Once all the first round caliber players fall out of the first round, and because we're high up on the board, we can take people.
Right. I mean, running back, I would take in the first round if Sonny Michel. Not Sonny Michel, maybe Darius Geis, I don't know. But
I would take Geis all day long. I know I keep going on about him, but I just love the guy. I think
what would be really fun, the week before the draft, we'll put together our own big board. That should be interesting.
Yeah. It won't be no surprise when he's near the top then.
No. Edge rusher, Bradley Chubb, my number 1 prospect. I just love that he can do everything. He can bend, he can bull rush. Number 2, he has Marcus Davenport. Number 3, Arden Key from LSU. Number 4, Harold Landry from Boston College. And Sam Hubbard from Ohio State. Any surprises?